He said, come with me to my house, I will show you something. And the first thing that came in hands was the Pinawaca. And I saw that and said, wow, that's a streamer. And he said, that's a Pinawaca. That's the way we fish for peacock bass for centuries. And then everything changed for me.
For me, without a doubt, Rio Barriere is the world's best peacock fishery. You know, we've always come up with this old stories that the Seychelles or Cosmolito is the GT capital of the world, or this place is the permit capital of the world. And I can genuinely say this with ease that Rio Barriere is the peacock bass capital of the world. There's nothing like it. It's just wild.
Oh my God! That's a mountain! Woo! Yeah, baby! In the rain, baby! Big azul! Yee-hoo!
When Rodrigo told me first about the Pinawaca, I immediately thought that this was probably one of the coolest things on the planet. And I feel like one of the most amazing stories in the world.
When we came here in the very first year of the project, we were invited by the Brazilian officials to present our project to the natives, and especially what is fly fishing, because they didn't knew nothing about fly fishing. So I came with the fly rods, reels, bunch of flies, and I get a big meeting room in one of the villages. Probably had more than 100 people there. And there's one thing that I will never forget in my life. That was an old man at back in the back end of the room. And when I ended the presentation about the fly fishing, he just said, "I know that." I said, "What? You know fly fishing?" "No, I know that fly you're using, and we do that." The first thing that came in hands was the Pinawaca.
You know, as Westerners and people that live in all these developed countries, we think that we've invented everything. And then we come to a place like this and we realize that these people have been doing things like this for centuries. And maybe in a more basic way, but the way that they do it is absolutely amazing.
They told me that the way they fish for peacock bass, and it's so fascinating. even before they had any access to hooks, they used a border of a conch shell, river conch shell, and sharp that as a hook, tie the fibers of a tree that they name it Barba de Tucunaré, that in English is the peacock bass beard. Wow.
When we were coming down river, the only thing I could think in my mind is that, this is not like a river runs through it where you've got these people with these beautiful cars. When we were going through the process of one of the indigenous people showing us how the Pinawaca works, like in a fly fishing shop in the Amazon. Just you have to look for your product. It doesn't just come to you, you have to work for it. Then they are the original fly fishermen. Another phenomenal thing that stands out in this trip is on the second night, Raphael, the head guy, tied a fly. And the next morning when we got on the boat and we got everything ready, and he just flipped the fly at me and said, try and use that one.
You gotta go to catch a fish.
Casted the fly in there, and it was like the fish just came in and crushed that fly. And I thought, man, that's an awesome fly.
Oh fuck! Wow! What the hell? First cast of the day.
And then I got a second big peacock bass on it. Then I got a third big peacock bass on it. I got a fourth big one on it. And eventually, like, everything was eating it. The butterfly, the Temensis, and I don't even know how many. Maybe there was like 30, 40, 50 fish on the one single fly. I think one of my most memorable moments in my fishing career happened this week, where we had this absolutely mind-blowing fishing day where everything just went right for us. We just got onto some really big fish, and we came into this one specific area, and then there was just this moment where suddenly I just saw this fish slowly come up from the depth, and it just suddenly the fly just disappeared. This mouth just opened up and just disappeared. And as soon as I set the hook, it maybe took a second before that fish went under 3 trees before we could even say anything. Then at that moment I was like, okay, what do we do now? I'm just trying to kind of get myself together. Before I was just in my thought process, Rodrigo was poof in the water, trying to get the line underneath the tree. And then Scorpion, our guide, he just went in there, and it was just this magical moment where it was a team effort. It was just a beautiful situation and just complete chaos. And I think it sums up peacock bass fishing in a nutshell.
I'm just holding on to anchor now. What? Woo! Holy shit! That is wild! That is wild. 100%, 110% commitment over here. Insane. Look at that.
For a trip like this, you're going to have to do a lot of preparation. I mean, the sheer logistics to get to this area is already amazing, and it's part of the adventure, and you feel like you're going as deep as you can into the Amazon jungle in this big liverboard where you can move up and down areas. And I believe the key thing about trophy hunting and big peacock bass fishing is where you have to constantly stay mobile. It's very dramatic when you're fighting a peacock bass. You never feel like the fish is done until it's in the net.
Yes, baby, yeah! Woo! We are waiting for that.
One thing I would like to describe about peacock bass in the river gangster is that you look at the colors of peacock bass and it almost looks like it's nice, it'll be very nice to you, but don't let the colors of a peacock bass fool you. You look at those red eyes and you just know that it's gotta kill stuff.
Oh, two big fish coming up. You see, two big fish, it's coming, you got it.
Jesus. Oh, fuck.
Of the indigenous people that came fishing with us every day, and it was just so great just to see how adapted to almost becoming a professional fly fishing guide and learning everything so quickly, and then also using his own personal ability and instinct and meshing those two together. I mean, seeing him work the boat and knowing exactly where he wanted to move it, just seeing where the good spots are.
They are here for their whole lives, generations. All this ancient knowledge is their land, is their rivers, their waters, their forests. We came after that. There's nothing more important to us than creating well-balanced and equitable way to work with the natives.
People showing us how the Pinawaca works, it was amazing because he had to go into the jungle, he had to go find the materials, and he had to go find everything from making the fly, from the fishing rod, from everything from top to bottom.
So who wouldn't say that it's not fly fishing? That's the beginning of fly fishing, at least of streamer fishing.
Fly works. Genuinely last cast of the trip. And a big pucker on a Pinawaca.
Even though I've been a fly fishing guide in saltwater and saltwater fisherman for my whole life, there's always been this deep fascination about the Amazon jungle. It just always seems like this an amazing exploratory place that you could just find something new around every corner. I feel like every time I come to the Amazon jungle, I feel like I go back home a better person and better in my mind, and just realize like what are the important things in life. It sounds strange, but it's just something that the Amazon does to you. I feel like it makes you a better person.
On the buff, Rio Mar, and what does it mean, the River of Giants? Is that what it says?
Rio de Gigantes.
They're not
River of
joking.
Giants.
They're not lying. Believe it, believe it.